SYN London. I'm here with Avance.
What's up?
First time back in the UK in how long you said? 13 years?
12, 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I moved when I was a kid from Maidstone, and I haven't been back since. And what an introduction back! It's been insane. This has been crazy. Yeah.
The energy was phenomenal down there.
Yeah, I mean, for the entirety of time that I was in Australia, people would say that the bass scene had kind of flattened a little bit, and I was a bit worried about that because it was it was born here. It was and that kind of upset me in a way.
Yeah.
That it had died off, and so I was a bit skeptical coming back here, but that was just insane. It felt like it was just breathing with life.
Yeah.
And like it never left. Really.
I think the key thing is, although maybe as a whole scale the scene's truncated and shrunk, when you get core people that love the music together, they'll fill a room, wouldn't they? Like they just like it was it was phenomenal energy in there. Everyone was jumping around like lunatics.
Yeah.
And it was all the way they were feeding off you and then you feeding off the crowd.
Oh yeah, that's so important. Like it's the more you connect with the audience and show how excited you are, because I've been in the audience, and if you can see how excited the person who is performing is and how passionate they are, it makes you want to feel the same energy.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I was always a nervous, head down, and they reflect that. And if that's why now I put everything into it, and just like I would if I was on my own in my bedroom when I was younger, I do the same thing on stage now, and they reflect you, and that's what it's almost like that's what the crowd really wants to do as well. And it's amazing. That was I'm still taking it in, really.
Good. It's great when Chris has done a great job with SYN, where he's bringing over really high quality acts and introducing them to a crowd that normally would have to travel to Belgium or America
Absolutely.
or other countries to see a lot of these acts. And I think it's important that the scene get behind brands like this and really push it to enable us to put on bigger and better shows and have acts like you over.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, clearly the audience is out there. There is people out there, many people out there that want it. It's just setting the right foundation and, for example, like SYN Events, and promoting them in the right way to bring these people in, because, I don't think they ever left.
No.
I don't think that any of them ever left. I don't think anything ever died. I don't think any genre or anything ever dies. It's just the way that people go about, running the events, or just the direction that things going. It goes up and down like a roller coaster. And I think that right now it's going back up again.
Yeah.
I really do. And I'm glad that I get to be a part of it at the moment. Because,
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the things I think that's happened is maybe the 80s, 90s, 2000s growing up in the UK, and probably happens abroad as well, but it was almost like these genres would gain traction, jungle, drum and bass, garage, dubstep, they'd gain traction, then big conglomerates would get on board, they'd start creating the now this is dubstep 55 and...
Oh, I remember those.
And they'd reach almost a zenith where people shunned them because they became too commercial, too popular.
Yeah.
And I think maybe we're in an age now where there aren't so many gatekeepers. Everyone's making music in their bedroom, they're streaming it online. So it feels like now UKG, 140, dubstep, they can find a niche with the people that really enjoy them, and it doesn't get oversaturated by corporates that are playing it out to radio.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that is such a big thing, and I think you're right. I think it's kind of dying off now, where something would be underground, then it become popular, then it would be treated as everyone's listening to it, so we're all going to stop listening to it. But now I feel also that nowadays, because it's oversaturated, that now there's more competition. There's so many artists that are trying to do certain things that the ones that are really working the hardest and really doing something unique stick out.
Yeah.
And it makes it more exciting.
Yeah.
When it started to happen, it was a bit worrying. It was like, oh, anyone can maybe do it. There's so many, there's so much accessibility to lessons and how to do all this stuff nowadays that people were worried about that it would become oversaturated and just die off. But it's actually becoming that we're finding even better music and even more unique genres and subgenres.
Yeah.
And it's actually, it's become just a whole new tree of life of music.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
It's almost like there's more to sift through, but when you do, the nuggets you find are that much bigger because they've really had to fight. They've had to get everything right. They've had to get the feel, the brand, the marketing, and they've had to do it themselves.
Yeah.
They weren't just thrust into the spotlight. So then now they're becoming their own sort of. No one wants to have to do the social media aspect, but unfortunately, it's sort of become part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm someone that's I'm someone that's not I don't on social media and things like that. I don't post the TikToks and stand in front of the camera and this is my new song. I don't do that, which I do get slammed for sometimes. But I truly believe I still am always a firm believer in the it's about the art. And I do get the marketing. It's marketing. You're marketing your music, but I don't want to. I feel like a clown when I do
the
that
organic
kind of
growth.
stuff.
You want the organic growth and the authenticity.
I feel like the right people will come at the right time from listening to I put 1,000% into what I do and trying to make it unique, and the right people will come. And to be honest, I could have joined the same train as a lot of people and made what was popular or what was, what's popping off at the moment and what's, getting you booked. But I chose to take the path that would take a lot longer, but will gain real, true believers in a new form of art.
Yeah.
Because I think it stems from growing up with my parents, listening to Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, and they would tell me stories about they would go to the record store when an album came out, they'd buy that album, they hadn't heard nothing from it, and they would get home and they would listen to that album. And I think that is I want to bring that back. I want to bring that excitement back and not just be someone who pushes out content. I want to make art.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And it's something that is still now, when I say it, frowned upon in a way, or, that sounds too difficult, but it's obviously paying off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm here.
Yeah, and I guarantee there's a lot more people that will be following you now that you weren't even on their radar. Do you know what I mean? Like it's so, like you said, there's so much choice now that people would turn up for a Funtcase or a Phase One, and then they'll hear in advance, they'll be like, Jesus, that's
I think that's
step
what
was
happened
phenomenal.
tonight.
Like I was, it was the energy of the crowd, but the tunes you were playing, it just the whole thing. It was the package was on point tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah, I try to go for. Obviously my music is very cinematic and a journey. It's emotional. It's very artistic, but it's also I'll try and throw in there. I'll try and take parts from when I learned DJing back in the day in clubs, that you have to play things that the crowd know and can relate to, even if you don't want to sometimes. And I try and involve, songs that from my time or even my parents' time that I know are very popular, that will just prick people's ears up and reel them in. And then I can show them new stuff. And kind of, if you do it right, you can, if you do it right, clearly it works.
The set was actually harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was harder than I thought it would be. And I didn't know whether that was a conscious choice because of the rest of the lineup, or whether it was just what you're feeling at the moment, or whether, because you was back in the UK, you wanted to go full speed.
Honestly, that was a little bit lighter than normal. Not much, but because obviously I have no idea what the UK scene was like, so I do try and I have everything ready. I have my set. I have things in between the lines, songs in between the lines, just in case. But the one I planned worked. I didn't need to play any of those ones just in case. I think it went perfect, and I like to bring in brutal songs, bring in really cinematic songs, and then throw in I throw in songs that are technically pop music, but then remix them and in a different way. Still,
and not just that, but the performance as well.
Yeah.
You're living every song with your body and your arms, your throat. We had Night Punk a couple of weeks ago, and he's exactly the same. He's such a showman, and I just think that again that adds to the energy. It hypes everyone up, doesn't it? Brilliant.
It does. And I haven't met Night Punk, but even him, when I first heard Night Punk, I thought he grew up with the Prodigy. Like I grew up with the Prodigy. He grew up with the Prodigy, and he fell in love with the Prodigy. And they are one of the biggest things they have is stage presence and a performance.
Yeah.
I watched them myself. Not long ago, like a few years ago now, and the stage presence is incredible. And I want that too. I want to be able to, play good music and have people dance and enjoy it, but also really having a connection with people. So that next time I come back, people are almost, feel emotional themselves to see me again. Not just like, oh, I can't wait to see a set, but like this is going to be an experience, not just I want to hear some crazy music.
Yeah.
It's just all about taking what's going on and thinking, how can I do it better? How can I do it bigger? How can I be more memorable? Not just someone that I don't know. Made cool songs and then stopped making music when I was when I got older. I want to be someone that made a big impact and influence a new generation or the people around me now.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche in a way, like something out of a movie.
Well, I think if you aim for that again, if you aim for the authenticity, and if you aim to make an impact, not just to make a lasting impact, not just to make an impression. I think that's the way to gain followers that they'll chase you to the ends of the earth to watch your sets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love the set. I love the fact that you said next time you come back, because I really hope you do.
I'll be there.
I'd love to see you play for SYN again.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
It's.
And there's a lot, 13 hours? No, 30 hours.
I mean, including it's normally not that long, but including all the delays, I think it was 34 hours it took to get here, but it's generally about 22. Absolutely worth it. It was so worth it. And I mean, I will be back because I love that so much that I will make sure that I will come back. I will come back. And I'll put on a show even better every time because why not? Why wouldn't you do that?
I love that. Thank you very much, mate.
Hey,
Appreciate
thank
the
you.
interview. Cheers, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.